Hey everybody, welcome back to Planner Chat Stream. I need to come up with a better name for this, but I realized I do need to come up with a name. Basically, we are talking today about the ERIN CONDREN Life Planner release. I have so much in store for you guys. I am really excited here. As I said, so many goodies, really excited about what's going on. I'm going to start out by answering a couple of questions that I got in the community tab. While I'm doing that, let me know in the comments or in the chat, sorry, if you're here live, do you want to go over the pictures that I have from other affiliates and the little details about the new planners that I was able to pick out of them first? Or would you like to go over the details from the affiliate town hall that happened last week first? We're gonna do both. I just don't have a preference as to which one we do first. So I'm gonna let you guys decide. So as I said, first, I'm gonna go ahead and answer the questions that I got in the affiliate or in the community tab. Oh, we have Kiki here, by the way. She likes hanging out during the streams, and then we have the rest of the menagerie, Coco and Opal, running around in the back. Hope you guys like animals. So I got as I said, just a couple questions I figured we'd just start out with. So first, there were some questions about prices, but there wasn't much specification on what prices that person wanted. So in general, the 7x9 life planners have not changed prices from last year, but because of the way that everything is in the affiliate document that I have from ERIN CONDREN, I can't see what the prices are this year. And because they're not on the website yet this year or from last year, I can't see on the website either. So basically, Life Planner hasn't changed. I went back and looked at my previous purchases and I did some upsell options. I think they started at around 60, 65 last year. Can't guarantee, but I figured I'd tell you that. As far as the A5 coiled one, because of the way they worded it in the town hall, they said the 7x9 price is not changing, so I would not be surprised if the A5 price does change. Last year, I paid $55 last year. I got the rose gold coil, so my guess is that it started at around $50. Again, I tried. I just don't have that info as to what it was last year, but it sounds like that might be going up. Same with the A5 ring agenda. It sounds like that's probably going to go up this year just with the way they worded it. Apart from that wording, I have no other information, no other inside info, so I don't know. It was $79 last year. So I just thought I would let you guys know that. Secondly, I wanted to go over some questions about coupons and deal stacking because we always love deals around here. So, couple of things that we can go over as far as coupons and deal stacking. So, if you have ordered from ERIN CONDREN before, you probably got a little welcome packet, and in it there were a couple of coupon codes right in front of my face. Yay! For 20% off. The idea is you get one, you give one to a friend, and they expire on April 30th, 2022, which means the launch is happening before those expire. So you can definitely use those. These are also stackable with any other ERIN CONDREN gift codes you have. So for example, if you're an ERIN CONDREN insider and you've accumulated some points, you can trade those points in for store credit, basically, and take your 20% off using that coupon, and then also get money off from your affiliate, or not affiliate, but from your ERIN CONDREN insider points. I hope that makes sense, but they are stackable. Now, if you don't have one of those coupons, you have a couple of choices. First one that I recommend for anybody who doesn't have one of those 20% off coupons is that ERIN CONDREN is currently doing a push, I guess, to get people on their texting list. And so the way they're doing that is you sign up, you get 15% off your next purchase. So not quite as good as 20, but definitely better than nothing. So I actually have a link to that in the description box down below, so you can go ahead and check that out. Also, if you've never made a purchase on the ERIN CONDREN website before, you can also use the link in the description box down below for $10 off your first purchase. Now, I do not know if that $10 off is also stackable with the 15% off. I've never had anybody try it and let me know. But if you do try it, let me know if it worked or not. But in general, I've never had a problem stacking discounts and coupons with ERIN CONDREN. I take that back. Once I tried to use my EC Insider reward points to get a seasonal surprise box, and that didn't work. So there are some limits, but as far as I know, all of this should be good. So as I said, that 15% off as well as $10 off your first purchase is in the description box down below if you want to check those out. I also wanted to talk about a little deal that they're doing at launch. So they're doing a deal where you can buy 3 accessories and get them all for 20% off. Now, at first I thought, oh, they've done this already. They're just like revamping a new thing. They actually have changed it. So normally it's buy 4 or more accessories, get 15% off. And for the LifePlanner launch, it's buy 3 or more accessories, get 20% off. So if you're gonna get accessories, think about that. Maybe having that little bit off lets you get, another accessory, or just helps with the budget. Again, ERIN CONDREN planners by no means are cheap, so it is always a good idea to save a couple bucks where you can. And, usually I just end up buying more stuff at ERIN CONDREN, but that is how that goes. The last question I had is talking about the black coil. I thought I addressed this the other day, but I mean, either I didn't or the person missed it, whatever. So ERIN CONDREN is discontinuing the option to have a black coil on their coiled planners. This did come up during the town hall, and the explanation that they gave is that there just wasn't enough people that were purchasing it. And there are a couple of other things where they kind of had to discontinue or start phasing them out, and so that they had more, I guess, time, bandwidth, ability, basically they had resources to put towards other things. Take with that from what you will, but I will say, as somebody who does run their own sticker business, it is very common in business that if something doesn't sell well, you pull it from the lineup, at least eventually. So that's sad, especially for those of you guys who love the black coils. I personally never got one, but it's so interesting how they weren't selling, yet there's such an uproar now that they're being discontinued. I think it might be a case of like the people that were using it are very vocal about it. Sorry. And so, anyway, I just wanted to clear that up. All right, that's all the FAQs that I had from the community tab out of the way. If you want to get notified of any of my community tab posts, which is where I post questions, polls, and a lot of updates about what's going on, make sure to click the subscribe bell and then ring the little notification. And I believe if you're on an iPhone, you also have to make sure that your phone's not like blocking YouTube notifications. I don't know too much about that, but you should get notified when I post community tab posts there, which will give you all my updates and things like that. So go ahead and do that if you want to be updated, especially because on Monday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, we're going to be doing the Shop With Me. Yay! The annual Shop With Me is live this year. I'm so excited about it. And so you definitely want to make sure you do not miss out on that. I meant to set up the event before today and it didn't happen. So hopefully I'll get that set up for you guys by tomorrow, but I will post on the community tab and then you can go in. I will also probably be going live either really late Sunday night or really early Monday morning when the planners go live. We talked a little bit about this Monday, but we don't have a time. We have a date, but not a time. Based on past years, I'm guessing it's going to go live at like super late at night Pacific. Like when I say super late, I'm like midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Pacific. So, but I don't know for sure. So probably what I'm going to do is go live when that happens and just like drool over everything for a few minutes. I'll probably be looking a mess. It should be funny. And then I'll also post a community tab thing so that anybody who doesn't want to be there live or whatever still knows that the ERIN CONDREN planners are live. And that's good to jump on really quickly, especially if you want any of the free gift with purchases, which are typically only available for like the first day or two. They're kind of first come, first serve. The ones that are for ERIN CONDREN insiders in the past have gone quick. Usually the general admission one, or the one that everybody gets, stays around for a little while, but those are limited items. They're not available normally in the store, first come, first serve. I actually missed out on one 2 or 3 years ago, and I was annoyed. So if those are something that you care about, definitely go ahead and do that. I talked about those on Monday, so after this stream, you can go ahead and check that one out. You can also check out the ERIN CONDREN Sneak Peeks page. I think I listed that down below. If not, remind me in the comments. Not the chat, if possible, the comments, because I get a notification after the stream for those, and I will add it to the description. I just revamped my description to hopefully make it easier to navigate, but I also not like 1000% sure I got all the links in there for things that are like seasonal specific. I got all the standard ones in there, but anyway. All right, I think we're just gonna jump into the town hall right now. So maybe I took notes during the town hall, decent detailed notes, but so I'm just like literally gonna just read down my bullet points because I've been really busy this week and I didn't have time to format anything for this today. I'm sorry, this week's been super busy. So we had quite a few panelists on the ERIN CONDREN affiliate town hall, and this is the first one that I'd actually been to, so I don't know if that's normal. Tori, who is my affiliate manager, ambassador, the person my contact at ERIN CONDREN was leading it. I think she's the head affiliate person. And they had a bunch of other people. They had Tonya, who's a designer. I didn't write down everybody's duties. Blair, director of digital marketing. Andy, I didn't get her title. Celia, I think is how it's pronounced, CELIE. So she's the online community coordinator, like the customer service, social media stuff. Roxanne is the customer service supervisor who was there. And then Samantha, I did not get her, her stuff. So sometimes I wrote down who was talking about it more at the beginning than throughout the end. But I just thought I would shout out the people that were on there and took time to chat with us. So we started out talking just in general about the ERIN CONDREN collection. I say we as if I actually did the talking. I was just in the chat. So they did mention that the life planners start being planned, or at least the themes, years in advance. And that was something I really had never considered, even as somebody who's a designer myself, that, you know, between everything with the production and the planning and stuff like that, the designs have to be in the works for a long time, but I didn't realize it was actually years. So apparently they mentioned at one point that the Harmony collection concept has literally been in the works for years, which was kind of cool. And then they also kind of pointed out all the little graphical design elements that are scattered throughout the whole planner design, how they like wanted the functional pages to be more of a blank slate in the planners this year, which is why they didn't do little decorative elements in the weekly pages for a lot of the planner. I don't think the daily ones have it either, if I remember correctly, but I'm just working off memory at the moment. They mentioned that they a couple of the options carry graphical elements throughout the planner, but a couple of them don't. So that would be the ones that do, I believe, are in Bloom and Harmony Colorful, and then the other two, again, are a lot more neutral. But especially with In Bloom, it's really interesting because it has like the generic, not the generic, but like, I am so sorry. My webcam hates me, apparently. I was having an issue with that last week, and it decided to completely opt out on me, and I forgot to fix that particular issue. That's going to happen to us every little while. I hope it won't be too annoying. Sorry. I will fix it. So they mentioned that they did try to have a balance of planners that had more graphical elements and those that did not. But obviously, we've already talked about how kind of the mix that a lot of people would love wasn't really available this year in the planners, where you had a very neutral, like literally black and white weekly spread so that you could decorate it and didn't have anything to distract from what you were doing with it, but then you wanted colorful for the rest of it and tabs and things like that. So that was, I found that kind of interesting that they brought it up during the town hall, but that's like literally what you guys have not been saying and not liking. So anyway, speaking of liking, by the way, if you could give this video a thumbs up, or this stream a thumbs up, that's really awesome. It helps out so much. It takes you like 2 seconds and it really is amazing. So please, I really, really do appreciate it. All right. They also mentioned that the quality is really important to them, and that's something we've all talked about, is that the ERIN CONDREN quality is really good, and that's what makes it really worth it to buy those planners. So they mentioned that they have the same paper as they've used in previous years, so we don't have to worry about any issues with changes in the paper. And then they also mentioned that they use the sturdiest coil they can find. And I mean, we all know that they're pretty good coils, but I didn't realize that that was legitimately the sturdiest coil they could find. So that was a little interesting tidbit for me. And then I think we talked about this on Monday, but everyone started smelling the planners and stuff like that. My planners that I have here don't smell a lot. I'm gonna have to smell my new planner when I get it. But I've also never hugely been like a smelling book person. So probably I'm just not the target audience for that. After they talked about generally the design, the little tidbits there, they went into talking about each of the actual planners and the 3/4 themes. And a lot of this is stuff that we've kind of already discussed, but I'm still going to go over it because first off, they said everything in a different way than I have. And second, because they might touch on something in here, in my notes at least, that I thought I did but didn't. So first they started with harmony. So for the colorful, they mentioned that it comes in a snap-in and vegan leather options. I believe I know they've had the snap-in for years. I'm pretty sure they've had the vegan leather for quite a while as well. And then Blair mentioned that the design team was doing a lot of hands-on collage work and playing with like the overlays for harmony in general. So that was just kind of like a fun behind the scenes tidbit that they were like physically doing collages and stuff like that. And then they talked about how there's been like a huge return, or they've seen a huge return to kind of a lot of like craftsmanship in like the traditional way, especially during the pandemic, as opposed to everything being like totally factory made. Obviously, you're going to have some factory production one way or another, unless you're getting something that's legit handmade. Even my stickers that I say are handmade, I get factory made sticker paper to print them on. So that is something that is kind of unavoidable. But they were kind of, just mentioning that as far as their process. And then for the harmony neutral, they mentioned that it was just it was a very similar design, but softer colors. And as we discussed, I believe on Monday, it isn't the same design with more neutral colors. It's literally like, if you look at the covers, the little blocks are in different spots. I think this is a first for that. I don't know if it's because they were physically laying stuff out. It looks like it was tissue paper or something like that they were laying out as part of the design. But I found that really interesting, and I'm wondering if that was like specifically strategic, or if like they were just thinking it would be a fun little thing to do. So who knows? So then they talked about In Bloom. They mentioned that it was the sister design to Flora, and I actually have a photo coming up where we do a comparison between one page in Bloom and Flora, so stay tuned for that. So they mentioned that they used a very similar color palette, but they used a lot of softer tones, and then they made it a little bit more abstract, so kind of like Flora 2.0, they're kind of revamping it, but still keeping a very similar feel. And honestly, as somebody who did not use Flora all last year, I saw In Bloom and I'm like, it looks identical, until I saw them side by side. So as somebody who's not a huge floral person typically, that was my opinion. I've also mentioned that that's not really my cup of tea, and I usually like the quote-unquote main or like first announced themes the most, so that's just me. Lastly, they talk about color blends, and so they said that color blends was partially inspired by these colorful ERIN CONDREN staircases. I did not pull a picture of that. I should have, but at the ERIN CONDREN stores, they have these staircases, and each stair is a different color. So it's not It's not like a full-blown gradient in the, in the fact that everything blends into each other. It definitely is the colors of the rainbow, but to some extent they kind of use that to inspire the colors in color blends, which I thought was really cool, and I hadn't really thought about it before, but it's actually really on brand for them to do something like that. And I like that they do have a way for you to get a colorful theme that isn't super, not necessarily in your face, but there isn't a ton going on. I just thought that was kind of interesting the way they talked about that. They said they were trying to make it colorful while still giving a lot of room for personalization. The next thing they talked about is the layouts. So they mentioned that for the existing layouts that we've had, so that would be the 7x9 layouts as well as the A5 horizontal and the binder daily, no sizes have changed. So if you have sticker kits that were designed for, 7x9 vertical or 7x9 horizontal or whatever it is, they are still going to fit in your new planner. That's super important as somebody who is a sticker planner. I think I mentioned this on Monday again, but I just wanted to bring it up because that was one thing I wanted to know, and I was like literally ready to get out my ruler and measure things as soon as I got my planners, or ask other affiliates who got planners to measure it for me and let me know. Typically when you're looking at sizing of those things, you're looking, at least for vertical, for the size, the width of the column. For horizontal, you have a little bit more leeway because it's a little bit easier a lot of times to trim the top or the bottom off of a sticker if you need to, whereas trimming kind of the side can be a little annoying, but that is what it is. And then also the hourly people, you don't have to worry about sizes changing either. And I know a lot of you guys were talking about how you liked that they brought back the half-hour lines in the hourly. So it's good that that is not changing. And hopefully it will not change since there was such a big outcry. I just need to throw a little spring for Opal because she's begging me, wants to play. There we go. Okay. They also mentioned that the stickers in the back of the books coordinate with the color of the book. I do have a couple of pictures of those coming up as well. And the functionality of all of the stickers that are in the back of the planners will stay the same across all of the different themes, but the actual theme stickers will be a little different. And again, we've looked at that a little bit, but like color blends is going to have a slightly different look than harmony, etc., etc. This is where they mentioned the quotes are also the same throughout all of the Life Planner books, even if they're in different fonts or colors and things like that, all the same quotes. And they also mentioned, as we talked about before, that there are no price changes for the 7x9 planners compared to last year. And this is where they mentioned it, and that's kind of why I brought it up. It's like, it sounds like the A5 price is going up because of where they mentioned it. They also talked about the holidays in the book. So last year they put all of the holidays as sticker sheets in the back of the book, or in stickers in the back of the book, so you could put the ones on there that you wanted because there's so many holidays. Now they have those holidays printed in the dated book again, and it sounds like they might have cut down on some of the holidays that are in those books. I'm not quite sure. I didn't write down more details about that. I just threw that spring onto a counter. That's okay. I only have 2 springs left, or maybe 1, so. Oh, did you bring me 1? No, you didn't. Sometimes she brings a spring like she's a dog. It's very adorable. All right, next they went in and talked a little bit more about the coiled 7x9 planners. They said, one person said that they got a very Eric Carle vibe from the colorful harmony design. I don't know who that is, but if you get the reference, awesome. Tell me who it is. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. They also mentioned that, as always, the Vellum overlay coordinates with the theme of the planners. And man, have I got some beautiful pictures of that Vellum overlay. Again, from my affiliate friends who let me use their photos. Oh, I love that Vellum. It's just, I never look at it throughout the year, but I just love it when we go through the planners. It's like, I don't know. I need to figure out a way I can look at that vellum more often. It's very, very beautiful. They also mentioned that the styling in some areas is different between the Harmony Colorful and the Harmony Neutral. So there are some pages that just don't have as much going on in the Harmony Neutral. Obviously, we already knew that about the weekly spread. So I'm interested to see if that's going to be true with like the dashboards and other things in the book. And so thank you for telling me. It looks like Eric Carle did the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Thank you very much. I definitely remember that as a kid, and I definitely agree. Now I want to go see that book because I don't think I've read it in about 20, 25 years. I have a sibling who's 8 years younger than me, so I definitely, as somebody who does not have kids themselves, consumed young children's media more recently than a lot of other people who don't have kids and don't work in childcare. Let's see what else. They mentioned again that they have the interchangeable covers or the vegan leather covers for the 7x9. The 7x9 planners come with 4 sticker sheets. Again, I have photos of those for you guys later. And then they mentioned coil colors. It's going to be available in platinum, gold, and rose gold. And they mentioned here that the black coil is being phased out. So I have a couple of notes here that I didn't see when I was coming up with my notes for the Q&A at the very beginning. So I will just go over that. So what they said specifically is that they can offer more design and layout options or more coil colors. And that we may see the black coil in other books that they offer. And if customers really want that black coil back, then they're willing to have that conversation again. So if you are team black coil, definitely go ahead and let ERIN CONDREN know. I know they have a YouTube channel, so you can let them know there. They're very active on Facebook. I don't know about Twitter, probably Instagram too. I don't know. I can't keep up with all of the different social medias, so I've finally decided not to try. So I'm not very good at where everybody is. I know who's on YouTube, and I'm trying to get up to speed with Facebook. Anyway, and sometimes I'm on TikTok. So that's pretty much it. But YouTube's the best place to constantly know where I am and reach me, if anybody's wondering. Let's see. This is where they said they had the low customer demand for the black coil, and that they quote, had to let go of a couple of things, unquote, including the black coil. So that's what they said during the town hall about the black coil specifically. I'll also mention that it didn't seem like that was something that was actually going to be brought up in the town hall until affiliates asked about it, which I thought was very interesting. Seriously? Seriously, boo? Come on. Come on. You've lost your walking around privileges for a minute, but it means you get scritches. Sorry. When she gets to be a bug, AKA is bugging me, this is what happens. Okay, so on to the A5. So they mentioned that they have 2 sticker sheets in the back of the A5 books. And here's where they talked about the A5 and the ruler. I think we talked about this again on Monday, but when they first launched the A5 planner, they didn't initially realize that the rulers that they've been using in the life planners were too long. So they shortened them. They used to be 9 inches long, and they made them, I believe, 8 inches long now. So it's the same ruler in the 7x9 and in the A5. It's going to be a little bit different for those of you, excuse me. Opie, no, down, down. Good girl. So for those of you who do use the 7x9, the ruler is going to be a little shorter, but the upside is that it works in the A5 now, and that's my last spring, and she's not going to like that. So that will be interesting. Let's see. Where am I in my notes here? Oh, I have a picture of that later, by the way. So the A5 has all of the same designs as the 7x9, and that wasn't a thing last year. I'm not sure if I remember why I wrote that. I'm thinking they might be talking about, no, I was going to say like the weekly layouts, but, oh, I think they're talking about the themes. Like last year for the A5, you couldn't get all the themes, maybe? Maybe that's what it is. At first I was thinking about like the different weekly layouts, but I'm like, I don't think we have hourly in the A5, so I could be wrong. But I think that's what I was talking about. So much for me taking really detailed notes. They also mentioned that the productivity washi tape in the new compact vertical lines up with the lines. So ERIN CONDREN sells washi tapes that are like essentially checklists, and I think you can use it to turn your planner into an hourly planner if you don't have an hourly. And the lines in there line up with that, which I do very much appreciate. That was part of the reason why lines in planners and me don't tend to get along. So maybe I need to try those washi tapes. They also mentioned a couple of changes with the Daily Duo. They added a notes page after Sunday, and the sizes in the Daily Duo have not changed. They also talked about the Spanish Life Planner launch as well. And in the past, the Spanish version of the Life Planner has not launched with the English one. And this year they're launching at the same time, which is amazing. I found this very interesting as somebody who doesn't speak Spanish, though, because they were talking about some of the features that this has. And I'm like, why doesn't the English version have this? This would be amazing. So one thing they talk about is that it is undated. I love dated planners, don't get me wrong, but it would be cool to have the option for an undated planner with, you know, from ERIN CONDREN in the classic vertical layout, which I do really like, because I'm a person that sometimes goes 3 weeks without planning. So being able to use my planner on a regular basis, or not on a regular basis, but not have weeks that are going unused, would be really great. Of course, it would make it very hard for me to buy a new planner every year because I probably would still have chunks of it left, and I would be like, ooh, should I buy it at launch? Should I not buy it at launch? So maybe they're doing it that way so that they can keep me coming back every year. And but that's just me. The other thing that they talked about with it being undated is that they have blank tabs, and it's going to come with little stickers that can go over the tabs so that people who speak Spanish can start the planner whatever month they want to, right? Beauty of being undated. And it also comes with little date circles, which is standard, I believe, in the current ERIN CONDREN undated planners, because they do have a few options for those. Because a lot of you guys were talking about wanting different tab options and not having them all be colorful, or having a neutral inside and then colorful tabs and things like that. It's like, you already make it for the Spanish planner. Why don't you just make it available for us to purchase separately? Wouldn't that be amazing? Yay! So many of you guys have been talking about that, and I keep meaning to make my own version of them to fill in that gap, but I keep forgetting. But anyway, it's like, you already do this. And they also make other tabs that are specifically meant for notebooks, but they're like smaller. I don't think they'd fit over the Life Planner tabs. It's like, seriously, you already make this. People want to buy it. Let us give you our money. They probably have a reason, but they haven't told it to me. But they already produce it for this, so couldn't you just produce a few more and put it in the main shop? I don't know. There's probably a reason for it. Anyway, they mentioned that the Spanish version of the Life Planner does come in a mid-century circles design. It sounded like it has previous years, but I just didn't look to double check on that one. They mentioned it comes with date dots and stickers to go over the tabs. We already went around that. They mentioned it comes in a vertical layout. I didn't write down if it was vertical only or if it was like vertical and horizontal, but I think just based on the way I wrote it, it's vertical only, just knowing my note-taking style. And then they mentioned that there's some sticker sheets in the back, similar to the way they did it last year. But again, I did not look up exactly what those sticker sheets are. My guess is it's going to be kind of similar to previous years, especially the way they used to use sticker sheets a few years ago when they were slightly less specialized to the theme. A couple of you guys are bringing up that the Focus collection is still undated. So for anybody who does want undated options, that is available. That is an excellent point. It's not the same for me, but that's fair. That is completely fair and something very good to bring up. Next thing they talked about was the ring agenda. So they talked that there are no structural changes to the ring agenda from last year. So the physical ring agenda is the same. And as I was corrected about on Monday, these are standard ring agenda tabs, which means if you have, you know, like a ring agenda cover, you can just get the guts. That's available as a new option this year. And you can just do that if you want. You don't have to buy the whole thing if you already have a cover for it. That is a new option. I've been saying they need to do that for years for the binder, and I'm glad they're finally doing it for the ring agenda. I'll talk about the binder in just a second. They did confirm that there is no personalization on the A5 ring agenda, so you can't get the cover personalized. I mean, ERIN CONDREN's known for personalizing everything, and while I don't always get my stuff personalized, I think they're missing out on an income opportunity. Some people like it, some people are willing to pay more, but I also understand that, you know, this is different than a planner cover. So, as you can see, I use my ring agenda all the time, hence the cellophane around this. I got a bad taste in my mouth for the horizontal A5 from my spiral bound one. It involved hairballs, and I just never opened this. But I am deciding I might give the compact vertical a try, and I'm not sure if I would go ring agenda or spiral. I haven't decided yet. So that is an option for the ring agenda. The bookmark that we talked about that has been resized also comes with the ring agenda this year. It didn't last year. I think they said it didn't last year. Honestly, all of my ERIN CONDREN stuff ends up getting torn apart a lot of times when I do videos for you guys. And so I'm never quite sure what comes with what unless I can remember, because they're not always together after I'm done unboxing and filming and things like that. So they did mention that there is no folder included in the back of the ring agenda. So that folder that's in the back of life planners, I don't think I have a spiral book right next to me on my desk. I think it's over here. Ugh. Okay, so this folder that comes in the back is not available in the ring agenda, but of course the ring agenda itself has pockets, so it's not a huge deal. The ERIN CONDREN ring agendas have a few pockets here, and then here you can put stuff as well. So, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then for the guts that are available separately, you can buy them in 12-month blocks for the daily. I guess they do have daily. Well, we've talked about this. They do have daily. I just keep forgetting all the little ideas. You cannot buy them quarterly. If you want to get the A5 inserts, guts only, you have to get it for the whole year. I didn't write down whether that's true if you're getting it with the ring agenda. I'm guessing it is. They also mentioned that there is no little welcome packet that in the package when you get the guts. So this little thing that has the coupon codes, and it has a couple stickers and compliment cards and things like that. I'm like putting my hand over the coupon codes as if I didn't show them on stream on Monday. See if they still work. I think I have another packet because I always buy like 3 planners. So I don't think it's a huge deal. But if you just get the guts, you will not get that. So you won't get 25% off, or not 25, 20% off. I will mention that the date that the coupon expires and the release of the next life planner does not always line up. So it's not always possible to use this coupon if you have it on next year. It just happened that this year the release date was before the end of April. But in past years that has not been the case. And I'm pretty sure the coupon didn't extend further. I could be wrong. Again, that's honestly not important enough for me to check, but I just wanted to let you know if you are getting just the guts, that it does not come with it. I think the coupon is the only thing that a lot of people would really miss from that. Here's where we talk about the binder. So they are only doing the binder available in daily this year. And we talked about this previously a little bit, how I think that not doing binder inserts much sooner is a huge missed opportunity on the part of ERIN CONDREN, but I'm not in charge of it. And apparently when they released the A5 ring agenda, the sales for the binder went significantly down because a lot of the people that were buying the binder started buying the ring agenda. So they didn't specifically say they're phasing it out, but they're phasing it out. It's only available in daily currently, and that's all the notes I have for that. Okay, so now we are down to the accessories. I'm actually, believe it or not, almost done. Most of what they were talking about was the details about the actual planners and whatnot, and some of that stuff was kind of really interesting. Lynn just mentioned something really interesting. You've used the coupon for the monthly planner before, so if you're going to get more than one planner, you could always get one and then use the coupon to buy the other, whether that's a monthly or a daily or a weekly. Excellent, excellent idea. Okay, I was going to do questions more at the end, but here's one. Did they say why only one design for the binder? I think it was just kind of the lack of interest, I think. So it's only available in Harmony, Colorful, Daily. So yeah, I would not be surprised if next year the binder's completely gone, to be perfectly honest. Maybe they'll bring actual 3-ring binders that fit 7 or 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper for those of us in the US. I could see those be really popular for like school kids and things and teachers, but it sounds like the binder's on its way out. Lynn's mentioning that they never used the binder. Problem with the rings. Yeah, I love the idea of the binder, but okay, hey, Kiki, are you okay? She's a little jumpy. I'm her emotional support human. Are you okay? I can have mommy come over and grab you. I'm dog sitting, by the way. She's my mom's dog. But me and my mom live pretty close, so if I need to, I can have my mom come over real fast. It's literally like basically next door. So, but I think you're doing okay. We're trying to get Kiki to the point where I can keep her for like long periods of time and like not have her start getting reactive towards the cats. Right now we're at about 2 or 3 hours is our max. So we're working on it. We're working on it. All right. Oh, are you done? All right. Give you just a sec to see if you'll calm down. If you won't, we'll call mom and have her come get you. Okay, so accessories. I have pictures of this in a little bit, but the for the sticky note snap-in bookmark, the previous version was not like, I guess, sized universally so that it would fit in both the 7x9 and the A5. It was originally designed for the 7x9, and it snaps into the coil in the A5 perfectly fine, but the sizes didn't fit very well. So they just kind of changed the location of the tab, basically, so that it fits well in the A5. And of course, it would always fit in the 8.5 by 11 teacher planner just fine, because that is even bigger. I always love those. I almost never stick them into my planner, but I absolutely love the sticky note books, or not the sticky note books, but the snap-in dashboards. They also mentioned that they have the designer sticker book coming out with foil elements. I have pictures. Oops, webcam's going again. I need to work on this. Okay, I think it's every half hour, which actually isn't too bad. It could be every 10 minutes, could be worse. Okay, I have pictures of all the pages of the designer sticker book that I will show you later. This was just what I wanted to say. They also mentioned that they have a new marker pack coming out that I'm super excited about. It is a dual tip, and then one side is a fine tip, and the other side is like a chisel tip highlighter. And again, I have a picture of the pack. It's maybe not the highest quality, but you'll be able to see the difference in the tips. And I just love this because so many highlighters come in like these really bright colors, which is great if you need them for like school highlighters. But if you want them for planning and decorating purposes, sometimes it's really nice to have something a little bit more subtle. At one point, Erin Condren actually released a few highlighters that were a little bit more subtle, but it was very limited colors. And so I'm glad that we have more subtle options being released. What else? After that, they just talked about the fact that in Bloom and Harmony, Neutral have similar but not the same color palettes, but they're pretty complementary. So like you could get accessories from one, use it with the other, and they'd kind of go together pretty well. And they talked about how Flora and In Bloom tabs are also very similar to each other, but not the same. I think we are done. Okay, give me just a sec. Let me text my mom and tell her that the goose is done. I call her the goose because she's my silly goose. So when I am going on errands, a lot of times I bring Kiki with me. I have a little car seat in the back of my car, and I'll text my mom. It's like, hey, can I steal the goose? All right. All right. I don't think my mom's going to come on camera. I specifically told her where to walk so she can stay off camera, but she is able to get into my place. So she'll just come like right here, and I shall hand the goose over to her. In the meantime, I think you're doing okay. All right. Okay. And then they just said all the dates. So there was an Erin Condren affiliate preview day on the 19th of April in Austin and Irvine. I'm not near either of those, so I didn't get to go. They have a Life Planner game show night on April the 27th. I think they said that was on YouTube, if I remember correctly. And they have another stream on YouTube on the 28th, which is a planner accessories workshop. I will look up. You can come right over here if you want to grab her. You won't be on camera. Here's your goose. Thank you. We didn't have any incidents, but she was just getting antsy. Okay. All right. So yeah, I will search out the links for those two events and link them to you for you. And then they also mentioned that the teacher lesson planner is on its way. Again, I can't really say anything about that yet, but I will let you know as soon as I can and the embargo is lifted. I will also mention again that I will not be getting a preview copy, but we can definitely dig into the information that we get. I don't know if they're going to do sneak peeks like they did for the Life Planner, but we can definitely do I can contact other affiliates who got chosen for it, and I can see if they'll let me use their pictures. So we can dig into it. I'm sure they'll do something, even if it's just when it comes out. So, okay, that is it for my notes. So let us move on to the photos. So as I mentioned earlier, there are two Erin Condren affiliates who were kind enough to let me use their photos in the stream. I have them both linked down below, so please go check them out. Let's see, who shall we start with? We shall start with this one. Sorry, give me just a sec. I need to be a little bit more coordinated. Okay, no. Come on. I thought I was like, oh, yay, I'm all set up, and now it doesn't want to do it. Okay. There we go. Okay. I got messed up because I almost never go full screen on my computer with anything, and I'm going to do that now to show you these because that gives you the best look at what is going on. And I just minimized it again. What are you doing, Tef? You're crazy. Okay. Full screen. Now we can go ahead and screen share. And it looks like I need to adjust the screen share because it's not quite right. So give me just a sec. Sorry about that. Apparently I did not optimize it. So these first images, this first set of images that I'm going to show you as soon as I get it looking nice on my layout are from... Come on, I wrote it down. Okay, so these are from Carlene. She has, I believe it's a Facebook group. It's either a group or a page called ERIN CONDREN Planning Australia. So definitely go check her out, especially if you live in Australia. Apparently she's putting together a group order where everybody in the order is getting 20% off, and you are also getting free shipping. And international shipping can add up. So if you're in Australia, definitely go check that out, especially if you want to get in on that or you want to meet other ERIN CONDREN friends in Australia. Her links are down below. So the first set of images that I have from her, the first few images I have, are from her Facebook group. She said I could use them. And then I have a few others that she took specially for us to look at. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So the first few that she has is her laying out the things that she got sent. And so some of this is stuff that we've already seen, but I wanted to show it to you because we are seeing a lot of the packaging, which we haven't seen yet. A lot of it is stuff that we have seen for ERIN CONDREN packaging before, so nothing too surprising, I guess, for lack of a better term. But this is also the first look that we've got, I believe, at this particular cover for In Bloom. They often have like a quote version of the covers. And so that's the first time we've gotten to see this. We also have those snap-in bookmarks. I was not able to get confirmation because I wrote the question weirdly, but it looks like the snap-in bookmarks do not have foil on them this year, but some of the colors in them, can I zoom in? Yay, okay. Some of the colors in some of them, kind of like this here, mimic how foil might look. So that's why I wanted to bring that up, because it's not actually foil, it's just kind of mimicking that. Sorry, give me a sec. I'm having to move everything around and things aren't making sense anymore. Okay, I think that's the big thing I wanted to point out from this picture. So let's go ahead and move on. Here is another group. She's doing a giveaway for these, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I honestly don't know if it already happened. So check out her Facebook group to see if it already did. I don't know if it's an online giveaway or if it was an in-person event. I don't remember that either. But I thought I would kind of go through these again, just showing some of what she was sent. I can drool over it as if I might have actually gotten it myself. So here's some other, is this a repeat? This might be a repeat of what I showed. I had some issues downloading some of the photos. So anyway, here is a photo that shows some of the Harmony neutral stuff. So we see the snap-in dashboard here, and this one does have both gold and silver metallic elements. The sticker sheets also do, and then the washi tapes are really small down there, but I really do like the fact that they have minimal packaging. It looks like it's just some plastic around the outside as well as a couple of labels. Just from a green standpoint, I do like that. You can really see that tissue paper see-through texture. here, which I do really love as well. And then here is the folded up reusable bag that you can get as far as the free gift with purchase. Here is another picture, and I really love looking at pictures that are taken, how do I put this without being inadvertently rude? Just like snapshots, things that aren't taken professionally, because I feel like we get a much better look at how things are actually going to look. For example, here, I believe this is the sticker book, and then we have the Life Planner cover. Even though it's theoretically the same design on both of them, the difference in the finish on the book, and probably the color as well, is making some of those colors look a little different. We also have the foil and the metallic stuff on the sticker book as well, which it does not look like is on this version of the cover. So little things like that is why I really wanted to get some actual pictures to show you guys versus just going off of the promotional pictures. Those are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I will analyze them every day or every year maybe. But it's little things like that that I just love looking at. And I'm not sure if that sort of detail would necessarily have been brought out in the promotional images, because it is standard in post-production to edit those images so that the colors are as balanced and the same throughout. Like literally saying, oh, that's showing up a little bit not as bright as this. Go in and adjust the brightness on just that little bit. So as I said, little things like that I just really love looking at here. I also found it really cool how this snap-in bookmark, you can kind of see the tab up here that we talked about, how it used to be over here and now it's at the top. It looks like this is the colorful version, and it goes really well with the In Bloom snapping cover, which is very cool. I love it. Next, we have the other version of the In Bloom cover on the A5 planner. We have the In Bloom snap-in bookmarks, as well as the mini bookmarks and the stickers. This is a separate sticker sheets. These are separate sticker sheets than you can get in the planner, but I believe they're the same stickers that come in the planner, if I'm remembering correctly. That shouldn't have been a tongue twister, but it totally was. And then here is a picture of the Ultimate Planning Pack, as well as the Color Blends 18-month Petite Planner. We have this snap-in bookmark again. And then these are the pens that I told you about that I'm really excited about, that basically have like the highlighter on one end. On the other set of pictures that I have from the other person that let me use their pictures, I want to say her name is, oh, I'm not 1000% sure what it is. Oh, I feel really bad. Her name is Vicky. I wanted to call her Roxanne for some reason. Anyway, Vicky, the other set of pictures that I have, has a couple of tests of them, which I'm really excited to show you. So, but here is the pack and how it comes packaged. And I will say from experience, the packs of pens from ERIN CONDREN, usually the packaging is sturdy enough that you could keep the pens in the packaging for a while if you wanted to. It's not the kind of thing that, you know, the packaging is so flimsy that you have to get your own like pen case or something like that if you don't want to, if you want to keep them all together. So I will just mention that, that they're usually pretty sturdy. Though I have seen some of them come in like hard rigid plastic, which is great. And it looks like this isn't that, but I also don't know the environmental impacts of the two different options. Most of what I'm concerned about when talking about this point is, you know, is it sturdy enough to carry them around? And I've definitely had pencil or pen packs and things like that shred on me, which was really annoying when I was in school. So that's why I bring that up. Here is another picture where she has the Daily Duo and a couple of covers. I think most of these were like giveaway prizes, and that's why they're laid out the way they are, of course, with all of the text. I think we have a couple more. Did we already see this one? We might have. Sorry. just a couple more here. So here is the Color Blend Snap-In bookmarks. Honestly, I'm thinking about getting all 3 sets of Snap-In bookmarks this year. I just love the Snap-In bookmarks in general. They're just really pretty. Here we have the Color Blend stickers, and these circle stickers, those are so good. I love them. Now, this is me being a sticker snob right now. So it is hard to tell exactly where these stickers are cut. So stickers are what is called kiss cut, where the sticker, it peels off the sheet, but the cut is not through the entire backing. So that's called kiss cut, because I guess it like kisses the front of the sticker paper. I don't know. And then die cut is where you cut around the whole edge. Yay, lessons from a sticker designer. So it's hard to see where these are cut. And the reason why I bring that up is because I got a sheet of ERIN CONDREN stickers a few years ago where some of the stickers were, cut really badly to the point that they would very certainly not pass quality control if I was making them. And I make handmade stickers. There is going to be a little bit of variance because I am a person who makes stickers in my house. I have been told that I ding stuff out for quality control when other people can't even see the issue. So I will put that out there, but like they were really cut off. Luckily it was a sticker where it was more like this, where it didn't matter as much if it was cut off, but it was still like very off center. And so when I see this here, that circle looks just ever so slightly off center, and it just gets me a little worried. With these, you can kind of see the cut mark right there. I know I'm nitpicking. But I can't see it on the bottom. It looks like it's right there on the bottom. It's just hard to tell if it's even. Again, I am so nitpicking. One thing I will say, whether I agree, ERIN CONDREN stickers in general are great. I'm not dissing on their stickers. I'm just saying I got a sticker sheet once that was pretty off, and it bugged me, which is why I'm bringing it up years later. I will say I'm not currently set up to do foil on my stickers, and ERIN CONDREN is. So you can do it at home. I have the stuff to do it. I just have never done it. I should get on that. But even if they're cut a little bit off, as long as it's not real bad, the fact that they're foil on is gorgeous. Okay, end of rant. We also have this snap-in dashboard in the color blends. I think this might be the first time we've seen this, or at least in these photos. One thing that Lynn is mentioning right here that I will bring up is that the bookmarks need to be made for the ring agenda. I believe the bookmarks will snap into the ring agenda, but they have more places to snap than is in the ring agenda. But I happen to have a ring agenda right here, and I have bookmarks in here. So let us just check. So I don't have a good way to do this in the air, so I'm just gonna have to snap it in here. Okay, you know what? I take that back. Okay, so it physically fits, but I'm not sure if you can tell. It's not going around as smooth as I would like it to, and it is getting caught on the little binder clip. If it were me and I was trying to adapt this, probably what I would do is it's going to be very hard to show. Let me see if I can. No, it's not autofocus. This camera doesn't autofocus. Let me switch back to me only so I can kind of show you this. Let's see. Okay. So hopefully you can see that a little bit because my camera doesn't autofocus. It's more of like a contrast thing that I'm trying to do. So basically what I would do is I would measure out exactly where the top ring hits in the ring agenda, because that seems to be the one that's catching the most. And I'd basically I'd scissor or clip that little section out. It will not make it perfect, but it will make it so they work. And it will also make it so that they still work in the coils, which is great. But I do agree. It would be cool if they made, if these were completely compatible, and they're technically compatible, they're just not as smooth as I would like. I will say that while a lot of things on the ERIN CONDREN website are not cheap and do have a premium price tag, the snap-in bookmarks are one of the most affordable things on the website. Let me go ahead and take a look because I have the price here. I want to say they're usually like $5 for a set of 3 or something like that. That is typically just really, really affordable. To the kind of thing that, like, if anybody is saying, like, you know, what accessories should I get? I mean, these are what I use the most. I get them every year, and I don't like stop using them just because they're not the current years, and they're so affordable. And I mean, I find this so funny to say because I talk about ERIN CONDREN planners, which are definitely luxury planners. They're not cheap. I've said it again and again, which is why I love getting deals on them. But like, not everything on there is expensive. When you're paying more because there are great quality materials that go into it. And let's be honest, a snap-in bookmark like this, when you break it down, it is a piece of paper, maybe 2, because it's double-sided, laminated in a thick laminate with holes punched. I actually made my own coil clips. I mean, they're not like this, but they're, you know, it's the same punch thing with sticky here. They're not as sturdy as the ERIN CONDREN ones, but like, my point is they're super easy to make. It's easy to make stuff that snaps in as long as you have something that snaps in that you can use as a template. But ERIN CONDREN, when they do charge a lot of times it's because the materials and the quality match that, whereas this isn't that much in materials. Like, so the price is $4.50, which I think is absolutely beyond reasonable. I hope that whole thing made sense. Okay, so I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but Sarah's asking what I use the extra ones for. I'm assuming you're talking about the snap-in bookmarks because I mentioned that I get them every year. I will often bookmark multiple places in my planners. So I will bookmark the week that I'm on, the month that I'm on. I will bookmark the notes that I'm, you know, taking or whatever. They also work in the ERIN CONDREN notebooks, so I have a couple of those that I use sometimes. I just bookmark various places. I will say that I'm at a point where I probably don't need to buy them every year because I do have quite a few, but I just started giving them to my mom to use in her planner, you know, and it works out. So, but yes, I just love those. I love having ones that kind of match the planner, though a lot of times I don't use them, but I absolutely love those snap-in bookmarks. I get those every year, and I get the snap-in sticky note thing every year. I don't always use them, but I love just having them at my desk. So here's last year's. So this year, I think it's the snap-in coils here. Would anybody be interested, by the way, since I mentioned that I have made my own coil clips. I don't think I have any by my desk, but they're basically like, they can snap into your thing and into your planner, and you can like use them to stick stuff. As I said, my DIY ones are not as good as the ERIN CONDREN ones. They're not nearly as sturdy, but they are significantly cheaper. Is that something you'd be interested in me doing a stream on? Because I could definitely do that if that is something that would help you. Okay, let me get back to these because we are going very, very long. Not that we don't usually go long. We all know I can talk for ages. But I also want to be respectful of your time, and I also have to go to the post office. I have to leave before 5 my time at the absolute latest, and I still have a little bit of prep to do because I have orders that have to go out today, and I have them all printed, I just don't have all the postage bought. So I have to be done by 4:30 at the absolute latest, and that's if I don't mind battling traffic on the way to the post office. I talk about that as if it's a big deal. I literally live like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in traffic from the post office unless traffic gets really bad. So I really shouldn't be complaining, but I also want to leave enough time because yay, responsible adult, usually. Okay. Back to screen share. Okay. So we talked about this one and those snap-in bookmarks. Let me go back here. Here we have more snap-in bookmarks. We also have the dashboard for the for In Bloom, and we can see on this dashboard we have, it's kind of hard to see, but we have the foil accents just like we have on the designer sticker book. Sometimes they kind of fake you out a little bit because I don't think the snap-in bookmarks, see like right here, I don't think that's foil. I could be wrong. They've put foil on them in the past, but from what I can tell from the pictures I've seen, I don't think it's foil. And they cost the same, whether there's foil on them or not. This is also the case for the pen. They usually do like a nice ballpoint pen in a nice case. And while I will say, I mean, it is expensive. It's $18.50 for this pen in this case, but I did get one for PR a few years ago. Maybe it was last year. Sorry, my lips are getting dry and apparently need to be exfoliated. Anyway, I gave it to my sister as a Christmas gift, and she absolutely loved it. For somebody who likes writing, it makes just a beautiful, beautiful gift. The box is very sturdy, very high quality. The pen itself is nice. They always have that year's theme on them. So with this, I feel like you're paying just as much for the box as the pen. Hey Zoe, thanks for showing up. Zoe just came and hasn't caught one of the streams before. Welcome. We are going through some photos that some of my other ERIN CONDREN affiliate friends have very kindly let me share with you guys. So I did not take these photos, and again, just to give credit again, these are from Carlene. I think that's how you pronounce it. C-A-R-L-E-N-E. So, ooh, Sharon has a really good point. She purchases at least one new pen a year and you love using it as the pen that you carry in your purse. This is an excellent way to be able to like justify buying a really nice pen because it is going to last that year. It's going to be special for the year, and then you get to carry it around. So yeah, I absolutely love that. In case anybody's curious as to what pens I use, I don't have my favorite pens near me. I have a bunch of these Staedtler ones that I got a few years ago when Elle Fowler mentioned she liked them, and I use these when I need a felt tip. But what I really like, if I have one, oh, I don't have one near me. I tend to prefer ballpoint pens, and I don't think I have any in my desk because they've all started drying out. I think they're called like Uniball pens or something like that. It's a funny story how I found out about them. I was getting something from Amazon, and I forget why, but I had it delivered to the Amazon locker in downtown Portland. I think because I could get it sooner and I needed it sooner. It was some business supply. And I literally, I go to the Amazon locker, and it's all automated. If you've never been to one of these things before, you get a code on your phone and you scan it, and then like a robot like goes and gets your package from the back, I guess. And then like a door opens. There are like a bunch of different doors, and your package is there. And so on top of the package was a set of 2 freebie pens, and they've been my favorite pens ever since. So they got me. So yeah, anyway, I love those things. I really wish they were here. Damn it. Okay. I will also mention, since we're talking about writing utensils, why don't I just show you real fast what I keep in my desk? And I need to work that out. Okay, so let's go back to webcam only real fast. So these are the pens I currently have in my desk. So I have the Staedtler ones I talked about. I don't have one of the ballpoint ones. I think one of those is at my craft desk. I usually keep a fine tip Sharpie in my desk. ERIN CONDREN mechanical pencil. These are good mechanical pencils, like sturdy, strong, good quality mechanical pencils. I wouldn't say they're necessarily that much better than other nice mechanical pencils. Previous to getting these, I would always just use the ones from the Dollar Tree that can't be refilled, which is really wasteful, so don't do that. And then I have a few different colors of ERIN CONDREN pens that I use for when I'm just planning really fast in my planner and don't want to worry about stickers. And in case you're curious about the other things that I have in my desk, because why not? I have a little sticker spatula, because again, I run an Etsy shop where I make stickers. By the way, I actually do have links to all that in the description box down below. So if you are interested in getting some planner stickers, then you can definitely check me out on Etsy. I have a coupon code there. I think I just changed it so that it's 15% off instead of 10. I think that's what's there. And I also upped the coupon code for my subscription box if that's something you're interested in. So check it out if you want to support me. And then I have my stickers in my desk and, oh, an X-Acto knife. The X-Acto knife goes between my desk and my craft table, for anybody who's curious. So anyway, that's in my desk. Let me get back to the pictures because I can. I am going through, I'm just talking a bunch. Sarah did mention, wish the ERIN CONDREN pencils were 0.7 lead. That would be really nice. But once I found the 0.5 lead, I got a big box of it and I'm good for like 15 years. Once you find it, I got mine at Target, incidentally, which is where I finally found it. Once you get it, you're fine forever, but it is a little bit harder to find. I agree. I don't have a huge preference between 0.5 and 0.7. I know that some people are very particular about it. I just don't personally have a preference. Okay. Going on here, we're showing the inside of the ballpoint pen box, which is where that whole conversation started. As you can see, it is a very nice box that has multiple layers. I believe it has a magnetic closure. Like, it's a really nice box. We're also seeing the snap-in bookmark that's new this year. I am so excited for this bookmark, guys. So excited. I have some other pictures that she actually took for me because I had a couple other questions about it. We have these pens again. And then these are the start of the pictures that she specifically took for me. So she sent me that first group of pictures that she posted on her Facebook group, and then said, hey, if you need pictures of anything else, let me know. And so I specifically asked about the dashboard, the monthly dashboard in the life planners, because we hadn't seen any promotional pictures of those. And then I also asked about the magnetic bookmark, which we'll talk about in a sec. So she sent me a picture here of the Color Blends Daily Duo. And I think this one is like upside down just because of the fact that we have the green on different corners. But if you don't personalize it, you can flip it the other way and get a little bit of customization there with that. So I do really like that. Oh my goodness, I'm laughing at the chat because you guys are talking about how the 0.5 lead breaks too easily. Okay, so this is like the biggest non-pencil use for pencils ever. But I think I told you guys before, when I'm not geeking out about planners, I'm an actual geek. And so one of my hobbies is making dice, because I love D&D and I've been resin casting my own dice. But I'm really bad at finishing the dice, and the last thing you have to do is ink the numbers in the dice. And the only thing that was small enough to go into the numbers that I had, besides a paintbrush, which I didn't want to use for a few different reasons, was literally the pencil lead from those ERIN CONDREN mechanical pencils. So what I had to do is like put the pencil lead out a little bit and then dip it in the paint and use it like a paintbrush or a toothpick. Yay. Weirdest use for ERIN CONDREN stuff ever. And the cutest use for ERIN CONDREN stuff, by the way, in case anybody's wondering, is if you have a cat, turn the box you get your ERIN CONDREN stuff into a cat bed. With or without blanket. Blanket or a pillow in there is really great. I literally have like 2 boxes lying around. One of them that's like on top of this thing that, I don't know what to call it. It's a cabinet thing. I don't know. My grandpa made it. Anyway, it is one of the most used cat beds in my entire place. literally made out of an ERIN CONDREN box and a blanket I had lying around. So I have some good photos of it. I think they're back on my Instagram, back from when I actually tried to post on there. Check me out, Tef Williams. I mean, check it out for that picture. Don't like follow me because you want to see anything, because I don't never check Instagram. Anyway, so here is the A5. So we can kind of see the difference in them by looking at the ruler and how much space the ruler takes up. Okay. Now, here is the inside of the planner. Oh, I told you guys earlier, I love this vellum. And that I was just gonna like geek out about the vellum. It is so pretty. One thing I do not like about the vellum that is a lot more obvious on color blends than some of the other ones is that the vellum, the printing on the vellum stops short of the coil, which I don't think looks as good as it would had it gone all the way through to the edge of the coil. In past years, it stopped short of the coil as well. Hopefully this is not too small to see. But because it was not a pattern that went through the whole vellum, it wasn't as noticeable. With color blends, it is very noticeable. And actually, when I saw the pictures of the A5 Ring Agenda inserts, that's what I noticed on it, and it made me think it doesn't look as professional as it could. And again, that's probably me being picky, but these are also expensive planners, so I feel like I have the right to be picky about little details like this. Anyway, that's also what I do here. We pick apart all the little details of the new planners and of planners in general. Speaking of what we do here, by the way, I know I've been talking a lot about like what we're doing going forward on this channel, because I definitely want to continue doing stuff, but we won't have as much of a structured reason to come together once or twice a week once the ERIN CONDREN release is over. So what I've decided is I'm going to be streaming twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Pacific. I've kind of been doing that anyway. Might do an occasional extra stream in there, here and there. And then right now I'm thinking Monday is going to be planner news, whether that's ERIN CONDREN, or I might start looking into other planners. We can also just dig into layouts of other planners and I can tell you what I think. I'm sure I'll come up with some other stuff to do during that time if it's like a slow news week, or you guys can ask me planner stuff. And then Thursday is going to be dealer's choice. So it might be casual hangout. It might be planning basics. It's going to be whatever I feel like. So anyway, I just thought I would let you know what the schedule was going forward. This week was a weird week. I'm sure there'll be some weeks where I can't make a Monday or I can't make a Thursday, but I just wanted to tell you what the plan was since I've been waffling about that. And since I actually figured out what it was finally, even if I don't have all the details nailed out. Just thought I would let you know. Here is the inside of the planner. This is the Daily Duo with the vellum pushed back here. Sharon's mentioning that you don't really notice the vellum after a little while. I agree. I drool over the vellum when I first get the planner, and then I usually just keep the planner open on my desk and I don't look at the vellum for another year until the new one comes out, and then I drool over it again. So I don't think we have seen this particular page yet, so I was really excited for it. I'm pretty sure this is the A5. So we have these little boxes. We've had, these little boxes in the 7x9. Usually it's over the whole page. I forget if they had this exact layout in the A5 last year, so let me know in the chat or the comments. Then on the other side of the page, we have half of the year with some notes room. I really like this because it gives you, if you want to assign each of these to like 1 month, it lets you see it all on the same page versus having it be 2 different spreads. I think if I remember correctly, that's just in the A5. And the 7x9 it still has them on separate spreads, but I just wanted to point out. And I have been told in the chat that they did have that in the A5 Daily Duo last year. So that is more, I could literally check. I have one right here. So that is more of a me just not being quite as familiar with the A5. Oh, no, it was just the Daily Duo that did it, because this is the horizontal weekly, and it has it the way the 7x9 does. So maybe that's just that's a Daily Duo thing, because each covers half the year. Oh, I still would love to have that in the weekly though. Wish I'd put that together beforehand before I said it, but that's okay. I still love it. I want it in the weekly. I like that setup a lot better. Whatever. And then here is the rest of the year. Again, this is the Daily Duo, so it's just covering half of the year. And then some of this stuff is pages that we've already seen, so I'm not going to spend too much time in them. But I just, she sent these to me, so I just wanted to give you a chance to take a look. If you do want to zoom in, feel free to pause and do so. If you're watching live, I do caution you against pausing, because then you'll be lagging behind everybody. But if you're watching the replay, it's not a big deal, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to go through a couple of these relatively quickly. Here is the one that I really wanted to look at, and why I asked her for the picture specifically after she offered. We have not been seeing this monthly dashboard page yet. In any of the promotional materials. I know it was all over all of the promotional materials a few years ago when they introduced it. And then I think when they changed the spot in the planner, it was all over everything again. But I don't think we've seen this. And so for a couple weeks, I was wondering if it had been discontinued, which is why I specifically asked about it. But no, we do have this at the beginning of every month still. I know it's kind of hard it's kind of hard to tell a little bit, but this is it's after the monthly page. So the monthly spread is there, and then you have this as the next page, because when it was first introduced, it was the opposite way, and then they ended up flip-flopping it. It is pretty much the same layout as we've had for this dashboard for a while, but again, since we hadn't really seen it previously, I did want to show it to you. And then these are some of the details about this snap-in bookmark, and I specifically asked her to take these because from the photos, it wasn't clear to me initially if it was actually metallic or if this was kind of a color, not necessarily faux metallic, but a color that was kind of similar to the way metallic would look, kind of like they have in the snap-in bookmarks. I was wondering about those as well, but it looks like it's kind of this color versus metallic, and you just can't tell in some lights. But she got up real close, and we can see that beautiful rose gold metallic. And then here is the Harmony version. And I believe you can use wet erase markers on these. That I did not specifically double check. But I have heard somebody talking about stuff that's like going to happen every week. And I would think for a to-do list, especially if you wanted to keep a running to-do list that, okay, stop it, bottom bar. Especially if you wanted to keep a running to-do list that you didn't necessarily have for the week, but was just general to-dos, it would be good to be able to erase it. It would be nice if they had a little check mark there, or because I don't like drawing my own in, but whatever. Okay, again, this hopefully will be fixed in the final product run, because again, this is preview products. Sometimes there's a couple of issues. There actually was a slight issue in the compact vertical with the preview copies, but ERIN CONDREN was able to get it sorted, so it will not impact any of the orders. There was a line missing on Thursday, I think, if I remember correctly, but they fixed it for the regular orders. So, not sure if you can tell, this line is a little off center. It's the kind of thing that most people wouldn't care about, but if it's gonna bug you, it's gonna really bug you. It's one of those things that you either don't mind it or you hate it. So do be aware of that if you buy this. Now, the magnetic dashboard I mean, it's basically a bookmark, is $7.50. So I won't say it's super cheap like the snap-in bookmarks. I also won't say it's expensive because it is bigger. It is made of, you know, sturdier materials, things that are slightly more specialized. It's not basically glorified paper and laminate. And I mean, I talk about, for shipping purposes, my stickers being glorified pieces of paper all the time. So I'm not like trying to poke at anyone. I'm just saying, like, let's break this down to its core components. What is it? So in this case, it's probably paper with some sort of finish on it, the foil, which obviously would cost a little more, and then the magnetic stuff. Something got in my eye randomly, and it really hurts. That sucks. And it does not help that I'm wearing mascara, and I like never wear mascara unless I'm on stream. Oh, by the way, I got new glasses. I think I mentioned this the other day. They're like very similar to my old ones. In the frame style. I'm very picky about my frames, and I didn't like anything I was seeing. And then finally I'm like, do you have anything like this? And they just brought them out. And I'm like, great. The shape's a little different. I'm probably the only one who's ever going to notice. Do it. And we got them. So I just picked them up today. Okay. I think that's what I wanted to go over on this picture. At least they are consistent about things being slightly off center, especially with this line. And having this shape go onto that bottom border is a nice little touch as far as the layering goes. Ooh, I like that. It's another thing that I think might bug people, but as like a designer who deals with layers of images a lot, I love it. It adds a little bit of depth. Ooh. Okay, let us continue on. Is that the last one I have? Oh, no, I have to zoom out. Oh, I could actually see more of it because I wasn't all the way zoomed in. So there we go. Here is a look at an angle because I was specifically talking about the foil. So that's why she took that one for me. And then here is the in bloom version showing that foil. So it looks like the Harmony one or at least the Harmony, I think this is just the Harmony one. Is there a different one for Harmony Neutral? No, I think it's the same one for both. Yeah, so it looks like the Harmony one is gold foil and the In Bloom one is rose gold. And so you can see the differences. This foiling is a little off center to the other side, but because part of it is covered by these florals, it's a little bit less noticeable. Again, I'm being nitpicky. If I got this bookmark, I would probably point it out because again, that's what we do on this channel. We point out all the little nitpicky things. But it wouldn't bother me on a daily basis. I know there are some people that it would. For me, I'd point it out, I'd notice it, it wouldn't bother me. There you go. Is that the last one? I think that's the last one. Yay! Okay, so let me go back to my beautiful face while I get set up with our other set of images that I have for you. Super, super excited for these. These are actually screenshots from a video. And I was told that I could use them. So this is done with permission. I specifically mentioned that it was done with permission because a few years ago, I randomly went onto an affiliates video and I took screenshots. And while technically I wasn't violating any copyright or anything, I linked everything. I didn't ask permission. And just like on a moral standpoint, thinking back on it, I'm like, oh, technically I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was public. I didn't show her actual video. I just showed screenshots, but I just didn't feel quite right. So I specifically, as I was doing this, did not want to use anybody's stuff on my stream without their permission. But I also specifically mentioned that these are screenshots from a video because when you take video stills, unless you have a really, really, really high grade camera, a lot of times you're not going to get a completely still image. Or if you're staying specifically very still, or there's not a lot of movement, sometimes you will you know, not get the, you'll get a good image. But I will say, a lot of YouTubers say when they're taking thumbnails, they just like on video, like, you know, hold a pose and they take a screenshot for it later. I never get as good of a result from that as I do just taking a picture, just because the video, the motion, it just is what it is. I also have a little remote for my camera. It's actually out of batteries. I need to fix that. But when it's working, I can use it to autofocus. So anyway, I know that not everybody has a little remote for their camera, so I will say that I understand that, but I also wanted to say that because you'll see that there's stuff from the YouTube watch page. Why don't I just bring it on here so you can see what I'm talking about? So you are going to see all the YouTube play stuff. There's going to be a little bit about what the video is up here. And I also have it linked in the description down below. So this is from Vicky from Planners, Travels, and Dreams. And I have this particular YouTube video linked down below. She does like a page-by-page flip through. I got the stuff that I specifically would love to talk to you about. I won't spend a ton of time on every single image, but I just wanted to be completely transparent as to the fact that these are not still images. These are video caps, screen caps. Okay, so this is me just like drooling over the vellum again. So we have this one, and then the next one where she lifts it up and you get an angle where it's not see-through. And I'm just like, oh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. Maybe that's just like, I mean, I think that's a very like planner thing, or like, you know, from someone who likes planning, I think that's like a very like niche thing for us to be like, oh, that's so pretty. But it's also the kind of thing that I geek out about with my graphic design friends. I had a very passionate conversation once with one of my graphic design friends about different types of paper and the different finishes, and vellum definitely came up. So I feel like that's just a very me thing to geek out about, both on the graphic designer and on the planner lover side of things. So I just wanted to show that because it was just like, ooh. See-through, not see-through. See-through, not see-through. Shiny! Okay. Okay, so this is her showing the little compliment cards that come in the welcome pack, that come with the planners. That little pack that we talked about a few times that has coupon codes and has a couple stickers and a compliment card and stuff like that. So I loved the fact that they had compliment cards for Harmony, Colorful and Neutral, and In Bloom. And then the little sticker here, I mean, this, I think they're supposed to be gift tags. This one was color blend. Now I noticed that she got the color blend planner, so it's possible they have different ones, but I found it really interesting that the way they put it together essentially made it universal for everything, regardless of the theme that you got. And that is something I will say that goes into thinking about packaging when you do have a business. That's something I think about with my stickers. How can I make my packaging as universal as possible for as many uses as possible? So for example, I primarily sell on Etsy. I'm thinking about selling on Amazon, but Amazon has different requirements than Etsy does. So how can I redesign my Etsy packaging so I can also use it on Amazon, so I don't have to deal with having, you know, different types of packaging and having to make sure I have the right one, things like that. So that is just one of those little details that I picked out from her video that I wanted to show you guys. As I said, like, that's what I do. I analyze all the weird stuff in the new planners and pick out all the details I can. I have to say though, when I was asking my affiliate, so there's an affiliate Facebook group, and that's where I asked if anybody was willing to let me use their pictures. And a couple of people, I think, were a little turned off by the fact that I said I pick apart the images. I think they meant that I like analyze them as like their photography. I'm like, no, I analyze the planners in the content. Like, as long as I can see what's going on, like, I mean, I take some pretty ugly photos all the time. I'm not going to judge you. So anyway, I just, thought that was a little funny. It's like, oh, it can be a little misunderstood sometimes, but we knew that. Okay, so again, this is the daily duo, but this is a look at that half-year dashboard that we looked at earlier. That was, we looked at the A5 earlier. This is the 7x9 version. Since we already looked at that, I won't spend too much time on it. But as I was going through the video, this is one of the things I picked out that I wanted to screenshot. And then here again is the monthly dashboard page in the planner that we've seen a lot. So somebody mentioned, I think it was Sarah, that they don't really use the monthly spread or the dashboard spread. For the most part, I'm with you on the monthly spread, oddly enough. I do a hybrid of digital and physical planning, and so my monthly stuff that would be in that spread usually ends up in Google Calendar. Sometimes I use it for content planning, but not a ton. This, I often will just use for notes throughout the month. I never released them in my shop because I couldn't get them perfect, but I do have some stickers that I have that will cover these and provide me specific templates for different business related things, so I don't have to like write it in every month. So sometimes I use that, sometimes I don't. But yeah, just thought I'd mention it, that I do sometimes. This is often like a big, like either like a to-do list, or I used to meet with my business coach every week, and his name was Chris, and so I made a Chris list. And that was kind of a accident, but I loved it. Loved the catchy name. I'm looking for a catchy name for this, by the way. I think I mentioned a little while ago that I'm going to do streams on Mondays and Thursdays, and Monday is going to be like planner news, and Thursday is going to be whatever I feel like doing. But I feel like I need like a cool name for Monday. Like, I don't know, planner news. I want to say pagoda, but that makes absolutely no logical sense. So if you have any suggestions for what the planner news thing should be every week, let me know. Back in the days, a long time ago on my channel, when I was doing planner stuff on Saturdays, I called it Planner Day Saturday, which I thought was adorable. But Planner Day Monday does not sound very good, and it also doesn't say anything about news. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll get my sister on it. She can usually come up with some real funny stuff. But I would love for the community to help me come up with it, because honestly, she's not here, so she might lose out. Okay, on with the pictures, because I have about 20 minutes left, and we know I can talk forever. Here is the daily in the 7x9. So again, I just wanted to kind of pull this stuff out, basically as if I was doing a flip through with you. Even when I do get my planners, I'm not planning on getting the daily, so I wouldn't be showing this to you regardless. But I just thought again, I would show you, and this also shows the Sunday and then the notes page right after it. I do like that we kept the color blends bar up here. Oh, Sharon, the fact that you wanted to see this for the 7x9 daily, I'm glad I was able to help you with that. Be honest, or I will be honest, that was a complete accident, but I'm glad it worked out in our favor. And then here I took screenshots of all the stickers that are in the back of the color blends. And this is going to be any color blends 7x9 book. And then I also got pictures of the stickers for the other book that she has. Sharon's asking, I would also like to know if there's a Harmony Daily 7x9 too. I believe there is, but let me just pull it up. I have a handy dandy little thing from ERIN CONDREN that shows everything that is being released. I'm unfortunately not allowed to show it to you, which is very sad. But I'm allowed to refer to it and give you information off of it if I can figure out where it ended up. Sorry, I have so many windows open right now. So many. I think it is. There's like a nice little, they gave me a little chart, and it says exactly what is available. Oh, the webcam. Why does it have to restart? That is so stupid. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you wanted to see if there's a harmony daily for 7x9. 7x9 daily duo is available in Harmony Colorful, Harmony Neutral, In Bloom, and Color Blend. So the answer is yes. Yes, you're right, Sarah. There is a chart on the ERIN CONDREN Insider Preview. The one I have in my PDF is a little bit more comprehensive, which is why I was referring to that. I also don't have the preview page brought up for like once in my life. I don't have that all the way. Actually, I do. Never mind. I was going to be like, don't have that brought up. Okay, it was completely an accident. Completely an accident. I had it brought up because I took a look at it just to make sure there wasn't anything new that had been announced and added to it since I talked about it last. All right, so back to this because I still do have a few more things to show you. So I got pictures or stills of all of the stickers in the back of the Color Blends Daily Duo, which is going to be the same stickers in any of the 7x9 planners. So first page, this is the second page. So we have our little flags, to-dos, habit trackers. Here we have a bunch of celebrate and birthday stickers. Very, very cute. And by the way, it's going to be the same stickers in any 7x9. They're just going to be themed differently depending on which one you get. So In Bloom is going to be In Bloom themed. Harmony Colorful is going to be Harmony Colorful themed. And Harmony Neutral is going to be Harmony Neutral themed. I think I also got screenshots of the A5 as well, what stickers come in that, if I remember correctly. So we will see that in just a sec. And then this. Okay, so I know you can't see it. These are like little strips, like tabs that you can pull off if you've had an ERIN CONDREN planner before. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But just like the beauty of the way Color Blends is across this whole page, whew, I just love it. It just looks so pretty. I'm a total dork. That's okay. Okay, so, and then I just wanted to show you the pocket at the back. They haven't made any changes to the pocket, so we haven't really talked about it, but she showed it, so I figured I would show it here. And then here, it's a little bit hard because it's a little bit cropped off at the bottom, but here is a size comparison side by side for the 7x9 and A5 for anybody who wanted to see that. And then it's a little faint, but you can see the bottom of the ruler on the two of them. So you can also get an idea of the scale of them based on the ruler because it's the same 8-inch ruler on both of them. Hope that makes sense. And then here is just a photo of that vellum, her lifting it up and being like half transparent and not half transparent. I think it looks so good. And I think because of this design, the vellum not going all the way into the spiral just looks so much better than Color Blends. In my opinion, it is not as harsh. It's not as noticeable. I even don't really mind that the florals are cut off there. Just because there is so much white space, it's not nearly as noticeable to me. So okay, in my opinion, this is well, it's good enough. Let's just bring it. For me, Color Blends is too jarring. I will also repeat the fact that I usually drool over the vellum pre-release and right when I get it, and then I don't look at it for another year. So not a big deal, but let me drool. And then here is the side-by-side In Bloom and Flora. So the back one is In Bloom, I believe, and this one is Flora. So In Bloom has a little bit more color. She's showing July 2022 for both of them. And then you can also see, kind of as you're looking at the tabs here, they're slightly different colors. And I'm not sure how much of that is them just being different years. But I just thought that was really interesting. I mentioned earlier that when I first saw In Bloom, I'm like, oh, it's this, it's pretty much the same as Flora. And then when you see them side by side, it's like they are very much like in the same vein of what they are. But when you see them side by side, they are different. So I don't know. A lot of you guys who are huge In Bloom and Flora fans probably already knew this, but as somebody who doesn't look at it every day and who is not, I thought that was really interesting to show. Let's see. I'm going to butcher your name. I'm sorry. Trisha? I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Has anyone received or showed the A5 Daily Duo Neutral I've been searching everywhere? I have not seen, I don't think I've seen the A5 Daily Duo Neutral, but I will keep my ear to the ground, and if I hear that someone has it, I will tag you in the comments or something and let you know. Oh, I'm glad I said your name okay. Yay. Yeah, terrible at pronunciation. So, funny story, I took Japanese in high school, so when I'm not sure how to pronounce a name, I typically default to how you would pronounce it in Japanese phonetics, which is usually so far off from what it actually is. Occasionally, it steers me correctly, but it often doesn't. And I think it's partially because I took Japanese and partially because they don't have like all the goofy vowel stuff doing different things in Japanese. It's like very like this vowel sounds like this. And if there's like maybe like 4 exceptions or something like that, it's like all very structured. I really liked that. If I wasn't a native English speaker, I would not understand English vowels at all. And my English spelling is terrible. That partially has to do with me being homeschooled and not having to do spelling tests as a kid. But you know what? There's spell check on everything these days, so it's okay. And then here is the in Bloom dashboard, so we can see kind of those differences. Instead of having like the borders, the rest of the layout is a lot more neutral. And then we have the florals at the top, obviously different fonts throughout the whole thing. Again, I am on a time crunch, so I'm gonna get through here. Here is in Bloom for the vertical for the compact vertical. So I think that looks really good. And I have to say this rose gold coil looks gorgeous with the in Bloom theme. It just like, I think any coil would look good, but I think the rose gold especially just complements the colors of in Bloom so, so, so beautifully. I think it's because it has so much pink in it. And then here is just a really quick comparison between the Color Blends stickers and the in Bloom stickers, so you can kind of get an idea. Now this is the 7x9 and this is the A5, so they're going to be slightly different stickers. This obviously has like more rows of these flaggy stickers here and whatnot, but you can kind of get an idea of what the difference will be between the styling between the stickers here between Color Blends and in Bloom. And then, oh, this is, I think, the second page of in Bloom. I don't think I was able to get a better photo. Again, I was going through a video. Yeah. Sarah's asking, anyone else wish the compact vertical layout came in 7x9? I haven't heard about anybody saying that. That's interesting. Now, I'm on the fence of like wishing the compact vertical was more like the traditional vertical, classic vertical. What are we calling this? I feel like there needs to be a name. I think classic is better than traditional. I don't know. But I'm in like the other camp where I want the compact vertical to be more like the traditional or the classic vertical. The other way around is interesting. Are you wanting kind of the same layout where instead of columns, it's kind of, you know, different like blocks? Or are you liking the lines? Like what part of that are you liking? I'm really curious. Anyway, here's the second sheet of stickers, and that's the A5s come with 2 sheets, and that's whether you go for the spiral or the ring agenda, it's going to be the same 2 sheets of stickers. And then again, here is just the pocket with the perpetual planner that comes in it, mostly just showing that there's a pocket since we haven't really seen much of it this year. And then here is the sheets of stickers. You can also get these sheets for they're effectively the A5 sheets of stickers separately from the planner. So here are the sheets side by side for A5. So you can see that side by side and what those differences are. Let's see. The vertical in A, you wish that the vertical in A5 was a true vertical. Is it smaller for the stickers? But I just can't read it. Let's see. For me, I'd be okay if it was like the same places, like in the planner, but I would just want like outlines in the box, like kind of stylize the boxes like the classic vertical instead of having them be kind of like their own thing. I hope that kind of makes sense. It doesn't, I mean, I would love to have the columns, but short of having the columns, I would just take like making it boxes and kind of, okay, so Sarah's confirming same layout on the lines. I used vertical when it was the only layout they had, but it was never very helpful. Plus I need the lines. Very good point. Like as I said, I'm the opposite. I don't like the lines, and the vertical typically works better for me, though I don't mind horizontal when there aren't lines. Let's see, lots of questions here. Okay. Do I know if there's a color blend sticker book? Let me double check. There is not a color blends sticker book, but there are color blends. There is a color blend sticker pack that it looks like it's 4 sheets. Let's see. An ERIN CONDREN affiliate said there may be A5 planner folios potentially being released. Any info? So we're not just talking about like these, right? Or are you talking about like getting these individually, separate from the planner? Or are we talking like the planner folios that go with the petite planners? I heard some talk about planner folios, and if I remember correctly, someone was asking about it, and it was something to the effect of, we don't have any other information about it right now. I don't remember specifically. Here's just, you know, my love affair with snap-in bookmarks. Folios for the spiral A5 planners. Oh, I see. Like the planner folio, oh my God, like where you zip it in, like the planner folios, duh. I like literally have a picture of them right here. Let's see, planner folio available in, this is the color blends available in A5, 9x11, oh, sorry. Yeah, 9x11, 10.5x13. So yeah, they are coming out for A5. They also have a pen folio. I don't have it near me. It is big, I will tell you that. But if you have a lot of pens, it's really cool, and it's a nice way to be able to flip through them. I didn't end up keeping mine near me on my desk because it takes up too much room. So, but yeah. Okay, here is the sticker book. I told you guys that I have page by page of the sticker book. This obviously is in Bloom. The other ones are going to be slightly different. I forget if it's just Harmony Colorful or if Harmony Neutral has one too. Pretty sure Harmony Colorful has one, but my computer is being slow and I'm running out of room. It looks like it's just in Bloom and Harmony Colorful that got them specifically. So I think I also forgot to get the last page of this. So it might not be every page, but it's most of the pages. So I know her hand's a little in the way. I'm sorry. Again, this is a video. I had to get a still. So in the video, she moves her hand and you can see the whole thing. But in the still, I had to choose what part of it I was going to cover up. And this is the part that I thought worked best. So we can see these half stickers. By the way, there is foil on most, if not all of these stickers. And each page has a different foil color. You can't always tell what it is. It looks like this one is either gold or rose gold, but some of them are pretty obvious. So here are some floral stickers. These are pretty obviously gold. And I think some of these might be see-through as well, but don't quote me on that. Here are some other stickers. I would not be surprised if some of these are sized to fit very well in the monthly dashboards, but again, I have not confirmed that. That is just a guess. These are probably sized to fit pretty well in the vertical layout. This is probably sized very well to fit in the horizontal layout. So a lot of good ones. This is probably great for sidebars, whether it's the monthly or the weekly. Here are some other ones. Again, this is gold foil. I can't quite read what this is down the middle. And then we have some blank stickers that you can fill in your own things. I usually use these for appointments or reminders or things like that. And then we have another page of these. It looks like these are silver foil, and the colors of the stickers themselves are definitely cooler. These are like kind of script stickers with a circle so you can write something in. It looks like it's rose gold foil. I do have to start going faster because I do have to leave in just a couple of minutes, and I want to get through all of these if I can. So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to start moving a little faster and being a little less chatty. This was the best picture I could get of this page because when it was a little bit more flat, just the frames were a little fuzzy and you couldn't quite see it as well. You can kind of see some of the text, especially the big stuff, but it just kind of gives you a really good idea of what the page looks like. And it looks like that's gold foil. Yeah, I think that's gold foil. That's my best guess. Here is another one of those pages with kind of the boxes and different sizes. This one is silver foil, of course. I like this one, the little checkbox. That's very cute. And then we have some habit trackers, some circles, some of these. I'm not sure exactly what I would do with those specifically, but I also, when I plan, I'm very like, not on a grid, but yeah, I kind of think of it on a grid. So that's just a me style thing. This one is a mix of circles and some of those boxes, gold foil on this one. You'll really get a good idea of what the foil looks like if you go see her video. Watch that after this. As I said, she does a flip through of the planners that she has. And then I grabbed this one just because, like, I knew this was a magnetic bookmark, but until I saw this, I wasn't like 1000% sure that that was exactly how it worked, or a magnetic dashboard, I guess. It seems stupidly simple, but one thing I have learned is unless you have something to back up your assumption, it's best not to assume things. I mean, a lot of my predictions for this year were very much off, and I'm very happy for most of them to be off, so that's fine. But that was the picture showing that it was like that style of magnetic dashboard that I was looking for, so yay. And then here is the snap in, and it's shown here in the A5 size. So you can see how the tab goes at the top, and then on the 7x9, it just wouldn't go to the end of the planner. So it used to be like sideways, if that makes sense. So the little snap in used to be over here. And so that's why it didn't fit in the A5. But that has been redesigned, and luckily it was a pretty easy change, it looks like. And then I couldn't get a good view of the outside of the Ultimate Planning Pack, but I just got a picture of the different pockets and things inside it that you can use to organize all your pens or scissors or whatever you're bringing in there with you. I'd probably put stickers in some of them. We'll see. I wish I had one of these when I was in school. Didn't discover ERIN CONDREN until I was out of school for a few years, but oh my God. I also didn't have a lot of money to buy really nice planner and stationery stuff when I was in school, and my mom was definitely like, you know, let's get the best deals and let's like not spend a ton of money if we don't have to. So she probably wouldn't have bought this for me anyway. Here is a picture of this in bloom cover again. I showed it to you in the last set of pictures. And then I also wanted to show this stripe one. This is one of the new covers, interchangeable covers this year. And they have it in a pastel version and a brighter version. It took me a little while to figure that out because they usually don't show them side by side. But it is two different versions, one that is more pastel and one that is brighter. Depending on which look you are going for. It is kind of nice that you can choose which one you like based on your preference, and you can match to your planner or whatever. And then, okay, so I know it's kind of hard to see. This is what I was talking about as far as these pens. So that's the fine tip, and then this is the chisel tip that is kind of like a highlighter. On the actual pen, it is showing which side is which. It looks like the fine tip side is white and the other one is the color here. I know this is not the highest res image when zoomed in, especially because it was a video, but it gives you the idea of what, okay, stop that. Sorry, I hope I'm not like making anyone motion sick. What it is, we can see the package, the front of the package here. We've kind of already seen that, but again, I know this is a blown up video, so it's a little hard to see, but these are the colors that come in it. And this is, I just thought this was so cool that you got the chisel tip and the fine tip in all of these different colors. And it looks like some of the chisel tips are actually a little bit lighter than the fine tips. I'm super excited to get this and give it a try myself, and also compare the colors from the two sides. Like this one looks like it's black. Oh yeah, they have it here, black and silver. I can't read a lot of the writing, so I didn't see that. Teal and I want to say emerald, but I'm not sure if it's long enough. So yeah, they're complementary colors. They're very similar, but they're not actually the same color. So yeah, I was really excited to see this. And then this is this is one of the pre-order gifts. I think this is the one for the ERIN CONDREN Rose Gold Insiders, if I remember correctly. Yes. So if you spend enough to have ERIN CONDREN Insider Rose Gold status, you'll get this as your gift as one of your gifts with purchase, if you get them before they're out. And then I don't think I have a picture of the other one, but we talked about it in the last live on Monday. But all ERIN CONDREN Insiders, whether you're rose gold or not, also get to choose between a reusable bag and a magnetic bookmark with little sticky tabs in it, which is the one I plan to get if they're still available. Crossing my fingers. And then everybody gets a what is it? Oh no, everybody gets the bookmark with the sticky flag or with the sticky pages, and then there's a sticky notepad that has a few different sizes of sticky notes on it. That's what the general ERIN CONDREN Insider one is. Choice of that or the reusable bag. We've seen pictures of that. And I think, do I have any more? Nope, I don't think I do. I think we are done with all of the pictures. So I know this has gone on so long, over 2 hours. Thank you guys all for being here. I am over time, so I cannot stay here right now to answer questions, but we did get to a lot of them throughout the whole stream. So hopefully you got your questions answered. If you did not, please leave them in the comments down below. I also want to know what your thoughts are on everything. I know that we talked about a lot of stuff with the town hall, bunch of little details. I would love to hear what you think about all of that. Also, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell so you do not miss future lives here with me, especially Monday's Shop with Me. I'm so excited to be doing this live. I won't be rambling to myself for an hour. I'll be rambling to you guys, and it will be a lot of fun. So that is going to be 2:30 Pacific on Monday. And then I'm also going to be doing probably an impromptu stream either late Sunday night or Monday morning, just to quickly drool over everything and saying, hey, it's up, it's available, here's a link. Speaking of links, I am an ERIN CONDREN affiliate, and I have links down below. Using my links when you make your purchase is a really great way to support me and my channel. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but it means so much to me. And I have some coupons and deals down there that we talked about earlier that could help you out. So it's kind of a win-win situation. And as I said, a way to support me that doesn't cost you anything other than what you were already going to spend. What is completely free is a thumbs up on the video /stream/replay. Thank you so much, everybody. I've had a ton of fun today. I'm going to let you guys go, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever it is, where you are. Bye, babes.